Alright guys, how's it going? It's Matt Renreal here, and today I'm bringing you guys the world's most kills on Black Ops 2. The final score in this gameplay is 495 to 2, an absolutely incredible record. And this is actually from the Game of the Week playlist, and it's 9v9 Demolition on the map Nuketown. And I know a lot of you guys may not like Demolition. I've never uploaded a Demolition gameplay to my own channel, but I actually found this gameplay entertaining as far as Demolition goes. The player himself wasn't standing in one place shooting enemies, and the enemies actually had a fighting chance. You know, they could have broke out the spawn, they could have shot back, and they just, unfortunately in their case, couldn't actually manage to stop Wasabi from getting this gameplay, which is what I found quite entertaining. You know, I did think this gameplay was entertaining. I would never upload a Demolition gameplay where the enemy had no chance whatsoever of fighting back. They couldn't shoot back, for example, if they were getting shot off the spawn, because I don't find that entertaining. I only upload gameplay on my channel which I actually find entertaining. But this gameplay, like I said, is from Wasabi, who's a very, very good friend of mine. Someone who I've played quite a bit of Call of Duty with. I've actually been playing the PC quite a bit recently, as you guys do know, and me and him have been teaming up in public matches and on League play. He's a very, very good player. He's from France, but he does speak good English, and he messaged me saying he got this gameplay, and I was amazed. I couldn't wait to see it, and he actually sent me the live version, which had all the communication in, which was actually in French, but it was really, really funny to see how they were reacting. And as far as kind of the highest amount of kills in Black Ops 2 goes, you know, these 400 pluses, 300 pluses in Demolition, I've found after looking at a few on YouTube, this is probably one of the best. Not only is it obviously the most, but to be fair to him, he does run around. He does actually, you know, go in different areas to shoot them. He doesn't just like stay in one room and spawn trap them off the spot. You know, there's a lot more movement in this gameplay than I see from some other Demolition gameplays, and I did find it quite entertaining. Although Demolition isn't a playlist I play, and I'm sure it's not a playlist a lot of you guys play, but I can assure you Wasabi is a very, very good player. I've seen him get multiple 150 pluses in Domination before when I've played with him, a lot better than me on the PC anyway. But yeah, I'm improving on the PC. Just a quick update on that one in case you guys are wondering. You know, it is hard to get good at the PC. You know, it's really hard to kind of get accurate, I guess you could say. I've mentioned before that when you play on the Xbox, the accuracy kind of, with the way you're accurate between a PC having a mouse and a keyboard compared to the controller on an Xbox is so different. And obviously I still play Xbox a lot, and I'm going to come to that in a bit. So it's kind of weird, like playing a lot of Xbox and then going to the PC, then going back to the Xbox. It kind of messes up your aims on both systems, but it's a bit of fun, you know. I like playing a variety of games, and I do think that Call of Duty on the PC is quite fun, although there isn't too many players playing it. You know, I go in League play and I'll say there's like 200, 300 people online on League play on the PC, and it can become quite annoying because you seem to come across like the same players all the time in public matches, and a lot of people sometimes say PC is quite easy, and people may think that this gameplay is like easy because it's on PC. I play both Xbox and PC, and I think Xbox is a lot harder, and I think it's because there's not many people play PC. Like I said, you know, sometimes there's like 200, 300 people in Domination and Ground War, and I would probably say like 50 of them aren't the best of players. You know, they're like new players to the game or new to PC, but the other half of the people, or the rest of the people, are very, very good on PC. It's like 10th prestige players who know what they're doing, and prestige masters who are very, very accurate, and a lot better than me anyway. My KD, just to let you guys know, on PC is like 1.4, and on Xbox it's 3.4, so there's a big difference. And I know that I'm not too accurate on PC, but I do think that the players you come against on PC are actually very, very good. But I'm not going to be talking too much about that. I do want to quickly say that if you want to check out Wasabi, there'll be a link to his channel down in the description. He posts PC gameplay, and he's a very, very good player, as you can probably see from this gameplay, although I'm sure some of you guys may think this isn't the most entertaining. I hope you do enjoy it regardless. And if you guys could leave a like rating, it'd be super appreciated. But what I'm actually going to be talking about in today's video is competitive gaming, and I want to quickly mention the MLG event, which finished yesterday, in case any of you guys did see it. It was an absolutely amazing event. Now, from the outset, I actually wanted Optic to win. You guys may or may not know that if you follow me on Twitter. I'm a big Optic fan. I love all the members in the team, and I just think their chemistry is really, really good together. I love their personalities, you know, Scump and Nature. I'll watch the live streams, and I think they're just great characters, and I really do support their team, and I've wanted them to go all the way. It was kind of really upsetting to see Impact beat them. I was gutted, but yeah, anyway, you know, went the final Complexity Impact, and in that instance I did want Complexity to win. They played absolutely amazing, and I really like Clayster on that team as well. He's a great player, and again, his personality is quite funny as well. And yeah, Complexity went and won the event, in case you guys didn't already know. I'm actually waiting to see it because it was too late up at this time. I believe it was like 3:30 in the morning or something, the final, so I didn't get around to watching that, although some people in the UK probably did stay up to watch it, but I will watch the replays sometime in the next few days. But yeah, the kind of rounds leading up to the finals were absolutely awesome, and like I said, I did want Optic to go all the way, but they finished third in the end, which I'm thinking they were quite pleased with. You know, they've been moving houses and stuff, so they've kind of not really had too much time to practice. I think they were quite pleased with that result, which is good. But yeah, come back to competitive gaming. Recently I've been playing quite a bit of competitive and mainly league play actually. Now, I started playing league play properly around about a week ago, and the season was already well underway on the Xbox, so I didn't bother going for like a high rank in one of the subdivisions of the Masters League. I think I've mentioned this before actually. Instead, I just wanted to practice as much as I could, get as much experience as I can, because the main thing about competitive is that it's really hard to get a grasp of, especially when you've been a public match player. You know, it's hard to get used to the kind of competitive mindset that you need. You need to think completely differently, you need to play differently completely, and it does take weeks, even months to actually grasp for some players, and it is very hard to get used to, and, you know, I've got a lot of improvement to do myself. But like I said, you know, this season for league play, I've just been practicing as much as I can, getting as much experience as I can, because when the next season comes up, I want to start properly playing and going for like a high rank. Now, I'm going to aim to try and go for rank 1 in one of the subdivisions, but if I can't do that, we'll just kind of have to see how much people in my subdivision are going to play. Then I'm going to go for like a top 10 rank in one of the subdivisions of Masters. And I've attempted this once before. It was around about a month or two ago now, and I remember being put in a subdivision where the people in there were playing so much that I just couldn't keep up with it. At the time I was actually at college, whereas now, you know, I'm not, so I have more time to play games, but I remember, you know, like playing for 2 or 3 hours, not losing a single game and flying down the ranks, and then I would go for like a 2-hour break or 3-hour break. I'd go to the gym, maybe have my dinner, I'd come back on and I'd fallen down like 20-30 positions again, and I was like, oh my god, this is impossible, and never seemed to actually get anywhere. And it was because the people in my subdivision were playing so much that I just couldn't keep up with them. I could never have got to rank 1 in that subdivision. And it does depend, you know, you can get players in your subdivision who have got their like heart set on getting rank 1, and they will play like all day and all night to get there. So it will depend what I get it on, but why I want to quickly mention it is I'm actually going to be live streaming the whole thing. So once that season starts, I'm going to live stream the whole thing, from the first game up until the last game of actually hopefully getting into that top 10 in one of the subdivisions. I'm going to live stream each and every game and show you guys what I'm getting like at competitive, and it'll kind of show a bit of progression, I guess, because I'm sure that over that kind of course of time I will improve a lot as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to aim to try and get into that top 10 in one of the subdivisions. It'll kind of depend on whereabouts, you know, I'm getting put in which subdivision, and hopefully I can win my 5 placement matches. It's happened to me before that in my 5 placement matches something always goes wrong. One of my teammates, I think, got disconnected once, which kind of put me down into platinum, and that is a big grind to get back up in a Masters and then go for like rank 1 or something. It takes a long time. You've got to win a lot of games and stuff like that. What I actually want to also mention, that's kind of it for competitive. Like I said, I've been playing a lot of league play, trying to get as much experience as possible. But another reason I've actually been doing that is that in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be part of the COD Showdown, which is actually a kind of team event with loads of different YouTubers. There's some quite big YouTubers in there actually. Vicstar, Drifter, Wicked Shrapnel, Jay Nasty, and Somnus, all them kind of guys, and myself, and actually a few pro players as well. VVV Sharp, is going to be in there, and there's another one as well who I can't remember the name of, so that'll be pretty big, and that's happening in 2 weeks' time. I want to try and get as much kind of practice and experience as I can up until that competition, so that I can perform well in it. And that's actually going to be live streamed on another Twitch channel, which I will talk about nearer the time, I guess you could say. And I do think that event will probably go for like 3 or 4 days, because there's quite a few games, and hopefully the team I'm part of can actually do pretty well in that competition, and maybe go to the kind of like the semis, maybe in the final. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm not sure what the other players in my team are like. I've never played with them before, but hopefully this week at some point we're going to get on, scrim together and practice. And the captain of my team is actually from America, but he decided to pick me even though I'm from the UK, so I'm not sure if there'll be like a connection issue or anything like that. We'll have to wait and see. You know, hopefully I'm not on like a 2-bar for the whole thing, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, going against 2 pro players and some big YouTubers, it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm sure the event itself will be well organised, and yeah, just genuinely a lot of fun. So that's pretty much all I've got to say for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like I said, the final score in this gameplay was 495-2, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please do make sure to leave a like rating if you have. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have an absolutely awesome day, and I'll see you all soon.